Howdy guys, it's Joe here, and here I am again to talk to you guys today about, how to get out of Elo Hell, or at least a really big tip to getting out of Elo Hell. And of course, this can help at any rank, actually. This can just help you rank up always, but especially at the very low ranks, I feel like this particular tip is very useful. Now, of course, what is Elo Hell if you don't know what it is? Well, essentially, a lot of people call it like this, where you play your placement matches, you can go like 0 and 10, and you're placed really, really far down, placed much below where your skill level is. And then from there, whenever you play any games, you play with trolls, you play with people that aren't good at all, and you can't carry them. So you're essentially just stuck down there, you're stuck where you can never get out, and that's where the term Elo Hell came from. So, yeah, there you go with that. But, what can you do to kind of, get out of this? Well, of course, there are a lot of videos, and more videos that I'm going to make myself, about getting out, kind of with mindset, with improving at the game, and everything like that, which is, of course, very important, and probably more important than even this. But if you want some instant results, some instant action, instant change, whatever, I'd say this could probably help you a decent amount, what I'm going to say. And it's actually very simple. You probably could have done this easily beforehand, before this video. I feel like a lot of people just don't really think about it, or don't really even notice this function at all. But let's go into this a little bit. So, what are the exacts and how to get out of this place? What are the exacts to, just win a few more games? Well, it may be a little bit more simple than you actually first thought. Now, before I say anything else, if you are going to do this, please make sure that you are the party leader of your party, as I found out, at least for myself and my friend, who I duo queue with a lot, if I'm not the party leader, or if he's not the party leader, this really doesn't work. You need the party leader to be doing this really effective strategy, or else sometimes you'll just be matched with these people that you try to not be matched with at all. Okay, there we go, that's a little shout out. Anyways, to the actual tip, it's to simply, play your game. See how your playing's going, and if your game is going really bad, and if you have some certain players that are doing really bad, press H, or I guess you could press escape and go into the social tab, or press P, whatever. Go to that player, right-click them, and simply press the block button. Now, this will be a really useful thing. I've been using this a lot. Personally, for myself, I've seen a lot of attack Junkrats, and often they don't do very good. Of course, if they do good, I won't block them, but often they're doing really, really badly. I don't know why everyone's thinking this. Maybe it's just me. Probably just me. But I've been seeing a lot of these, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll block this guy. This could also happen if you have someone that will only play Genji, only play Tracer, which I've had a few times. Stuff like that. If you have people that are not willing to change their team comp at all, not really willing to help your team win, I'd recommend, right-click them, block them, and there you go. You can just continue on your way from there. And yeah, this is something that I've really been feeling like has been helping me quite a bit. I've been not matched with these people very often, if not at all. And actually quite a few games, I'd block that person, re-queue for another game, and they would immediately be on the other team. And that'd give me an instant advantage, as these players were obviously not the best players. Now, of course, if your whole team's doing bad, you can block them. Or if you have, this is another really good thing. If you have a good player on your team, or a good player on the other team, you can actually right-click that player, or, just get to that player as you could, as I said previously, and right-click them and press prefer this player. Now, what does this do? Well, it simply prefers the players. Now, of course, I can't know exactly how prefer the player works, but I'm assuming that how it kind of works is that if you're going to be in a game, with your 5 of the team, the enemy 5 of the team, if you have preferred players, they're probably more likely going to be on your team than the enemy team. And if you have blocked players, they're probably more likely going to be on the enemy team instead of your team. So you can kind of get some of the worst people on the enemy team, some of the better people on yours, and hopefully this can actually help you climb a bit. Now, of course, if you're doing this all in one night, this is especially effective. If you're blocking all the people that are doing bad, preferring all the people that are doing good on your and the enemy team, you can actually get quite a few games where you're with quite a few good people and just climb your way up a little bit. But on the other hand, if you are trying to do this, you play like one game, block people, and then you don't play again for like a week, then, play again, the likelihood that you're going to even have the same person playing at the same time as you in a week is very unlikely. So I feel like this works definitely a lot better when you're playing a lot of games in a few amount of days and, a more constricted time period. If you're trying to do this within a few months, it of course will help. But I feel like when you're playing a few more games more often, this will definitely give you that extra boost. And especially when, you're in the lower ranks, there's more of the population of the server, so it's less likely that you'll be placed in these people's games anyways. So yeah, you do have to kind of think about it like that. But overall, this has been helping me quite a bit. I've had quite a few people that either are very unpleasant, won't switch their hero really ever no matter how much I ask and plea, or people that just simply won't play a person that really will fit the team comp at all. So, there's a lot of different situations. There's a lot of stuff, and of course this is completely situational. I can't tell you every single time when you should block people, when you shouldn't. But for myself, this does seem to be helping. Now, I'm not sure 100% if you block someone that you'll never get them on your team ever again. But even if you do happen to get them on your team again, you will still have their voice chat blocked, you'll still have their messaging blocked, so especially if they're a toxic player, you won't have to listen to them. You'll be able to, kind of get them out of your mind. You won't even know that they were there in the first place, and they won't be able to tell to you. So it'll help you in all these different situations, all these different ways. and this has just been really helping me a lot. Right now I have about a 65% win rate or something like that. Of course, that's a mixture of, you know, playing well, getting good teams, and of course blocking people, preferring players, stuff like that, adding people to my group. All these things do of course add up to, you know, climbing and doing better. But if you do feel like you're in elo hell, you feel like you can't get out, and you feel like you're spamming games and nothing's really happening from it, try out this tip. I do think that it'll probably help you. Now, of course, if you feel like this is morally wrong or you just don't want to do this, then don't. It's all up to you. It's completely your own choice. And of course, this can lead to some situations that could be a little bit awkward where maybe you happen to ban someone that you actually, you know, want to talk to a little bit later, or something like that. And of course, a lot of times people can be misunderstood. Sometimes people just won't hear you in voice chat. You may just forget to type it in the actual chat, your request. There's a lot of different stuff. But you do also have to remember that doing this, you aren't saying that you hate the player or anything. You're simply just trying to help yourself climb up the tier list, or what you could also decide to do is at the end of every single season, just unban everyone. Just go to a fresh slate, and, you know, maybe people have fixed all their attitudes, fixed all their mistakes and stuff like that, and you could just try again from there. It is completely up to you what you want to do with this, and up to you if you want to do this at all, or if you just want to, you know, kind of let it slide and keep just trying to get better as a player only. There's really a lot of options, not trying to force this in your face, not trying to say you have to do this. It's all your own choice, so do please remember that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. This is something that I feel like it's very simple. Anyone can think of this, but it's just been helping me a lot, and I feel like it's something that not very many people think of. Anyways, though, guys, thank you all for watching. Of course, leave a comment if you're going to be using this in the future, or if this has already helped you in the past to, you know, kind of improve your rank a little bit and get out of there. And of course, as always, have a wonderful day.